better? That's better. Good morning. Hopefully that's connected to the right stream. As usual, OBS was giving me problems before I went live here. So hopefully I'm in the right, it's coming up on YouTube in the right category. That would be lovely. Let's have a little look. It probably isn't. We're gonna run with it today. We're gonna run with it. No more faffing about. All right, welcome in. Welcome in. We are going to be playing some Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 today. I played it last week. I've actually never played the 2021 version before. I've only done 2018 and I really enjoyed that. So we're going to get back into it. So I'm doing a vertical live stream on YouTube and TikTok today in 2 different places. So I've got my 2 little chat boxes. I'm just putting them next to each other. Unfortunately, Restream does not handle multi-chat very well. Okay. All right, lovely. Here we go. Let's get stuck into the game. I've got my own music playing today. There is in-game music for Car Mechanic Simulator, but I don't think it's stream safe. So I've got my own playlist going, which will be hopefully nice and chill for a morning stream. We're in the middle of doing a customer order, and I think what did I do? I think I replaced the brakes. I may have changed. I think I changed the brakes, and all we have to do now is fix up some of the fluids at the front of the car. So it was a bit of a learning curve last time. It's a fairly involved game if you're new to it. I'm not going to lie. We're going to continue our saved game here. I had a little bit of knowledge that I carried over from 2018, but then there's other things that I feel like have changed a little bit. So we're working on this very green car, and we're just going to check our little jobs list to see what we need to do still. So we need to change the brake fluid, change the coolant fluid, the power steering fluid, and the windshield washer. So from memory, we're going to do all of that from the front, and we'll start with the power steering fluid. We'll get our little, we've got a little draining tool. So you take out all of the old fluid. Wait, how do I do that again? We go like this. There we go. You hold it down. You take out all of the old fluid first. Very easy mistake to make, this one. And then we fill it with new. So we click out of this, out of the drain mode that we are in, and then we fill like so. You don't actually have to walk around the workshop and find bottles of fluid. You can just do it while you're standing in front of the part. So we want to fill it until it's bubbling at the top. Then we know it's full. That's the way. Okay, so that's the power steering done. Now, we also needed to do the coolant as well. So we'll do the same drain tool on this one as well. You do a little hold the mouse down drain. Like a syringe thing that you get. Then we can click out. Click out of here. You have to get used to the layering, I find, with this. It's a bit, clicking on things a certain number of times lets you do different actions with a part. It takes a little bit of getting used to at first, I find. It's very radioactive, isn't it? The coolant fluid. I never really realized this. I've never refilled my own coolant. I didn't realize it was so green. Okay, that's the coolant done. Lovely. Now, we also had to do the oil. Now, the oil we have to drain from underneath the car. So what was the last? There was another one as well. What was the other one we need to do? Oh, the windshield washer. So that's at the front, usually. The windshield washer's over here. So same situation. Go for draining the old water. There's not much left in there anyway. And then we'll fill it. Hello, Grim. Welcome in. What's going on? I am good. I'm good. Feeling pretty energetic this morning, which is nice because I wasn't yesterday. Yesterday was a really You know when you have those days where you just wish that you'd taken the day off? That's how I felt about the whole day yesterday, in full honesty. But today's better. Today's better. Welcome to my workshop. We are just finishing off a customer job. This has been a really big job, actually. The final stages of this is just putting all of the fluids where they need to go. Now, we need to do the oil. So first we have to drain the oil, but unlike with the other fluids, you do that from underneath. So with the oil, we go and we grab our oil drain and we place it under car lift A, and then we can drain our oil from under here. There we go. Look at this. Now, it did not go as smoothly as this the first time I used the oil drain when I played 2018. It was a lot messier than this, but we've got it nailed these days. Bring it down. Bring it down and fill her up, and we should be golden. Beautiful. It's a very chill game. If you can get past the initial, I guess, technical barrier, if you don't know about cars at all. If you know about cars, you're going to love it from the get-go. No problem. If you don't know about cars and you're learning everything, you kind of have to get past that initial learning curve before it starts to feel more on the chill side. Now, I think we've done everything now. We should be good. Oh, the brake fluid. No, we haven't done the brake fluid. Ooh, the brake fluid. Now, I haven't done that for a while. Where would one find... There it is at the back there. I think it's that little container, that brake servo. We're going to do the same thing and give it a little drain. And we'll get our brake fluid filled up as well. Lovely. Nearly forgot. Luckily, we have a little checklist. Otherwise, you'd have no idea. There's no way you'd be able to remember everything you need to do here. I think it's nearly full. It's bubbling. It's golden. That's done. Now, we can put the hood down. Hello, Muffins. Oh, thank you for the membership. How are you over there on the tube? Thank you, Muffins. How are you today? Lovely to see your face. Oh, we've done the job. Beautiful. So let's finish the order. That was a story order, I think. So there's story orders and then there's regular orders. Story orders progress you in the game and you learn new things. So what do we have? There's time limits on everything that comes through unless it's a story order. So what if we do, what's this one here? They've got brake problems. Should we do brake problems? Maybe we'll give it a go. Do some brake problems. We'll take the order. You can take multiple orders, but oh my god, I don't really want to at this point. So here's our new vehicle. It's a little bit worse for wear, to be perfectly honest. We're going to move the car and let's put it on car lift A. You can take multiple orders and move the cars around where you want, but I think let's do that when we're feeling a little bit more confident about what we're doing here. So, brake problems. We need to replace a caliper and 2 discs and 2 brake pads. So let's have a look. Let's have a look and see which ones are actually ready for replacement before we pull anything off the car. Good way to go. So we'll go into our examination mode and we might need to, so that's one of the bad ones, that red part in there. So we're going to have to take that tire off. We may need to look at that one with the orange in it. We may need to just focus on the 2 back ones, I'm thinking at this point. So let's take this tire off and have a look at what's going on back there. Oh, we need to put some WD-40 on it so that we can get it out. I love doing that. There's something really satisfying about it. Lovely. Now this is this brake pad is in 7%, or that caliper is in 7% condition. So we're going to replace that one. Lovely. Now the brake pad is an unknown condition, but the brake disc is wrecked. So we're going to take that brake disc off, and I don't think we had to change the wheel hub. What does it say in the instructions here? repair with parts of minimum condition 33%. So let's just stick to what they're actually asking for, unlike a normal mechanic. We'll take this one off as well, give it a little loosen. For some reason, I really like working on the wheels. There's something very enjoyable about it. Ah, we need to loosen from the other side as well. Right. Give it a little spritz. I think the top one's alright, is it? Top one's okay. Take the brake pad off, take the cylinder off as well. Now, that should be it for the brake parts, I think. Let's double check our list here. So we should have 2 brake discs, 2 brake pads, and a brake caliper in our inventory. So we want to make a bit of a shopping list so we know what we need to buy. So let's add a brake disc, but we want 2 of them. I think it was 2 brake pads as well. I'm going to double check myself on this. A brake caliper, and I think that's it. I think that was it. 2 brake discs, 2 brake pads, and a brake caliper. I think that's what we're looking for here. Let's have a little look. Yeah, perfect. Nailed it. Okay. This is our little shopping list there. We're going to get them from car parts. I think that's where you get all of that stuff from. So we want... let's get our little shopping list open. We want 2 brake discs. So we'll grab one of those. 2 of them. And we want 2 brake pads. And we want a brake caliper. One of those as well. Lovely. So let's pop these back on the car. We don't have to do anything with the actual tires. So we'll just put our new parts back on. We'll go into part mount mode. And it shows us all of the brake discs that we've got. We want the 100% one. We want the one that we've just bought. Otherwise, it's a bit of a waste of time. And the brake pad as well. We want our new brake pad placed on the back. Then, I think we can put our... Is that the one that needed the new caliper? It's fine. It's fine, because we can do the other one as well. The cylinder is fine. So there's a minimum parts quality of 33%. So if it's more than that, it's absolutely fine. Some of the orders are really fussy. If it's like 81%, it means you're taking stuff off the car that's kind of fine, but you need to replace it because the customer wants it replaced. Which in reality, as if you would even do that. Okay. We're going to go brake disc. We should have a new one. Then we have our brake pad as well. 100%. Beautiful. Brake caliper on top. This is the other one, but it's not old enough to be replaced, so it's fine. Then we put the wheel back on. And our little bolts back as well. That's the way. Now, I think that's everything. I think that's what we had to do. Let's just check. Oh, there's still a brake pad that's not been replaced. So I wonder if one of the front ones actually needed replacing. Let's get that examination mode going. It might have been this one, actually. I did notice that orange glow when I first checked this wheel. I did buy a brake pad though, didn't I? So I must have replaced a different brake pad. This is the brake caliper. Oh yeah, that brake pad looks pretty ordinary. It's nearly rusted away into nothingness. Okay, let's buy another one. Maybe I put it on another part of the car that I shouldn't have worried about. It's alright. The whole car's knackered, to be honest. Just get a new one at this point. Okay. Put the new brake pad on. Lovely. Brake caliper. Done. wheel back on. It's an easy one. Loving it. Now we'll double check our job list. It's looking fantastic. So we can finish that order, get some money and some experience. Now, over here at the toolbox, I think we can level ourselves up with experience points. I've got 2 of them. So let's start doing this. We can decide what we want. So we can move faster, fix parts from group 1, increased screwing speed, strong arms, 5% discount on parts we buy, and cuts time to examine a part. I think I might go for the fast hands on this one. We'll go fast hands. And I think we need 2 points to do the second tier. Is there another one I might like? What if we increase our mounting and unmounting speed by 10%? This is fine. We'll do that as well. Lovely. So I've spent my 2 skill points. That's very good. Is there anything else I could do? We have garage expansions as well. So we use credits for that. And there's extra tools that we can buy. Interesting. That could be worthwhile. If we get a tablet, I can access the shop without going to the computer all the time. Yeah. Let's get that. Onboard diagnostics. We get a scanner and we can scan vehicles equipped with an OBD port. So we haven't learned about that yet. So I'm not going to worry about that at this point. So I think I'll stick with the tablet for now because that will make life a lot easier and I can access it straight from the wheel. So I'm quite pleased about that. Now, we can do some filters. We've got brake problems. I reckon maybe we'll do a story order. What are they asking for here? I set off on a ride. My car stopped working. See what you can do to get it up and running. I have no idea what could have happened. So we don't really know. We're going to check the car. We're going to do an oil change and some other stuff. So I guess we'll see how this goes then. So this is a story order. They tend to be bigger orders and they progress you in the game. So let's move the car in. All the cars are really knackered. Very good. We'll check our little jobs list and see what we need to do here. Lots of stuff. So basically buy a new car at this point, I feel. So now when there's this much stuff, it can get kind of overwhelming with the shopping list as well. I found that last time. So I might sort of work from front to back a little bit so that it's easier for me to know what parts of the car I've done with the new parts on it as well. So what if we start with the front of the car? In fact, most of it may even be in the front of the car. Let's have a little look. So we'll go into our examination mode and we've got some parts that are really in bad condition because they're coming up in red. Now, what was the condition they have to be for us to... Every customer has a different level of repair that they want for the parts. So 75%. If it's 75%, like less than that, we need to change the part, basically. All right. So let's see what we can do. That belt needs to be changed. I saw that on the jobs list. We've got these parts at the back as well. So let's do it. Let's get out of examination mode and we'll grab this. Did they say anything about a radiator? I feel like they didn't. They did. All right. Radiator's in very bad condition. We don't want to put fluid in it. We want to take it off. So we're going to remove the radiator. We didn't drain the fluid first. That's cost me $50 and I've probably got some fluid everywhere. I didn't even think about doing that. Anyway, that's a good start. So we need a radiator. I think we'll add it to our list as we go. Let's not get overwhelmed here. So we have a radiator and let's also clear. Let's use my tablet as well. I've just bought a tablet. Let's clear my old shopping list because we don't need this other stuff anymore now. Oh, really? There's nothing coming up in YouTube? I'm not seeing any chat. Oh, okay. Sorry, YouTube. Let me do a little refresher and see why that's happening. Give me a sec. I've popped out the YouTube chat box, but no chat is appearing. So let's see if we can resolve this. It might be because I had a false start this morning as well. I went live and then OBS was upset, so I went live a second time, and that's probably why. Okay, let's have a little look. Let's try this again. Oh, here we go. I can see you now. Sorry. It wasn't picking it up. It wasn't picking it up in the chat box that I popped out. Oh, I'm so sorry. Honestly, OBS has been just such a nightmare lately that it's making it really difficult for me to just go live in a smooth way in the morning. Like, I never know if the bitrate's going to be okay or not. God damn it. Okay. Hello? Oh, Muffins, you've gifted 5 memberships. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I did not see this stuff. I feel terrible now. Thank you so much for that. Oh, it didn't even make a noise or anything. Unbelievable. Thank you, Muffins. That's lovely of you to do that. I'm just at the top of the chat seeing what the hell's going on. Hello, Jarek. Hello, Alina. Oh my God. Thank God you told me. How is everyone? How is everybody? Hi. Yeah, it is bad. Oh, thanks for joining. Look, it is bad that I've got the new update for OBS, and it's, yeah, with Restream. If you're using Restream, when you go on, there's no way of testing it before you go on, so it's either terrible or it's okay. And the first one was bad. And if you're doing a YouTube live, you have to have a thumbnail and everything set up and have it linked to it. It's a whole bunch of dicking around, basically, and that has led to this little chat snafu. My goodness. We'll start the stream from now, hey? Thank you, Muffins. Welcome in, everyone, to my workshop, where I don't normally ignore the customers. Okay. Now, are we good? Can you see game? Everything's fine. Now, I was clearing out my little shopping list, wasn't I? Okay. Now, we're going to go back and continue with our checking of the car. It's irritating, isn't it? Like, I'm happy enough. I don't really like updating things unless I have to. So I hate it when I get an update and it makes things worse. It really, really annoys me. Now, we can't take the idler roller off until we take some other things off first. Everything's connected here. Yeah, you know me. I like a little chat. So if I seem, that's a good rule of thumb. If I seem oddly quiet, assume that I'm not seeing chat. Now we're going to have to take this stuff off from the top. And we also have some spark plugs to take off as well. So let's take off because I don't think we can take, oh, we can take that roller off. Take out the idler roller. That needs to be replaced as well. I know it's broken everything. It's shocking. But in other good news, I'm going to have significantly upgraded internet soon. But the thing is, I hope that will make a difference. Because if it's OBS that's causing the problem, then having upgraded internet is not really going to help me too much. But we'll see how we go. You can only do what you can do. So, of course, what's consequently happened, this YouTube live has gone live and it's created its own stupid default thumbnail and it didn't grab any of the stuff that I did. It's all very complicated. If Twitch would just do vertical live streams or introduce some kind of algorithm for discoverability, then I'd be happy just streaming on Twitch. But they still haven't, so it's like you have to try like different platforms, otherwise it's just a waste of time. That's true. The internet lag, like if there's some kind of latency problem or anything like that, that could be causing me issues. That's very true. So what else did we need at the front? The timing belt, the water pump, some spark plugs as well. So let's pull some things off of the engine as well. Because the spark plugs are underneath here, I think. Well, I'm glad everyone knows me well enough to realize that that wasn't working. Right, camshaft cap. Lovely. Lovely. Feel a bit fresher this morning. Woke up, I don't know, woke up feeling a little under the weather yesterday. Today's been a better start, which is a good thing. You know how yesterday morning I was saying I was kind of worried that it was going to be a really irritating day. I just had that feeling. I was correct. I was correct. Yesterday was horrible. I was so ready for the day to be over. Yeah, exactly. How would you know that, Muffins? And how would you know that? I wonder. Right, we'll take off this timing cover. Now that timing belt also needs to be replaced. But that's that tensioner has to come off first with the screw. Then we can take that off. I'm trying to click this one here. Take the belt off. Cam gear. Then the cam shaft and then the spark plugs are right inside there once we take the engine head cover off, which is screwed in, it seems. So we'll have to unscrew that. Yeah, there's the spark plugs. They're behind this manifold thing, so we'll have to take that off first. There's a million screws. I hope I've got a good little cup system going here. Imagine losing a screw. See, this is what I couldn't stand. If I was doing a car repair for someone, it's like putting a piece of IKEA furniture together and you've got screws left over. Like, imagine doing that with a car. Put the engine back in and then you've got all these little spark plugs on the floor. You'd be beside yourself. Lovely. So they need to be replaced. We have this filter at the back the starter is absolutely knackered as well. So that needs to come off. And something is rusty down here as well. It could be, is that a filter? Oil filter needs to come off as well, but we have to lift the car to get to this one. So from the top, before we lift the car, have we had a good look at the top? Now, the oil filter we know about. We're going to do that when it's on the lifter. Oh, the fuel filter looks very corroded, so we'll take that off as well. Other than that, doesn't seem too bad. Let's check our little list here. So there's some clutch stuff. We haven't done anything with that. That's new. We've never done a job that has anything to do with clutch. So chances are, I feel like that's an underneath the car thing, to be perfectly honest. Let's have a little squiz in here. I mean, we're in this now. We're in this now. We may as well, you know, just rebuild the whole engine at this point. I don't want to put it all back together and then realize that I've missed something that's layered. Okay, I don't think so. Hello, running. What's going on? How are we this morning? Let's get it up on the lifter. Let's close this. We'll get it up on the lifter. And we'll get that oil filter off. Just again as well. Yes, thank you to Muffins. We've had some lucky gift subs handed out this morning, which is lovely. Have you, Muffins? So if you've received a membership today, it is from the lovely Muffins. Now we've pulled that off. Now, what I'm not sure about, we've taken most of this off. We haven't done anything with the clutch. And I don't think we've taken the fuel pump off. Don't rebuild. No, I was only joking. I'm not going to go out of my way to rebuild the whole engine. I did have to pull off what I have taken off to get to the spark plugs and stuff. Now, fuel pump. fuel pump is at the back, I think. Now, as for the clutch, that should be at the front, surely. But where would we... Oh, what we'll do... I've got an idea. Let's do that thing where you can star them. You can mark them. There we go. That's a new trick we learned. You can mark them and then they highlight in blue. So I do need to take more of this apart as it happens. Now, it's inside here. Can't take the gearbox off just yet. Or can we? No, we can't because it's attached to the drive shaft. So we have to take those screws out. Right. Which I've done. This can come off. I thought I just took those screws out. Is this even a car anymore at this point? I have to, you know, I've got to get to the nuts and bolts of it all, don't I? We take that off now. Okay. There we go. Now we can pull the gearbox off. We have some more screws as well. We need to look up the top to find the plug. The plug for what? Because this is what I need to take off. I need to take off this clutch release thing. And also the clutch plate. So is that the same thing? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Wait. It's underneath this. Give that a spray. This thing. This is what we need. That's exactly what I was looking for. Lovely. And also, something else is highlighted blue there. That could just be because that's where it needs to go, though. So what we'll do, check our list. I think we're good. Let's go through my inventory and we'll add a little shopping list here. I don't know about the bearing. We probably do need to replace that. It's only at 3%. We need a new oil filter as well. We saw an ad earlier today, a mechanic saying to someone that was just getting something simple done. We found some more recommended fixes as well, including windshield wipers, new tyre, new rear passenger seat, new transmission, new car, new bonnet. I mean, it's a stressful thing. I don't like going to the dentist, and I don't like putting my car in at the mechanic. They both instill the same amount of anxiety in me. I don't care for it. Right, and the radiator as well. So let's just work through our list one by one, and we will get... So we want an alternator and a belt tensioner. I now have a tablet, which makes life easier. Alternator. We need to go back to the main shop area. Alternators, now they come from electronics, I think. I think that's the electronics shop. I know, it's so stressful, isn't it? Once I've had one bad experience with a mobile mechanic once, and it's kind of like they did pull the car apart and they didn't need to. That's what it felt like, and I got a really big bill for it as well. No, didn't you see what Muffins said earlier, Jarek? All of the F-boy comments don't come through. So I can only assume that YouTube recognized you as an F-boy, which I think is a fair assumption. Also, hi. I can read chat now. I'm back in the game now. So we're going to take out the alternator because we've got this one. Alternator's done. We also... I forgot the other thing that I needed. Radiator C. Let's get our electronic stuff while we're in this shop. So we'll get our starter from here as well. You were walking around doing stuff. How very dare. How very dare. What's the gossip? What's going on? What are you doing? Creepy head. We've got the spark plugs. We've got the... what else did I get? I've got the starter. Do I need anything else from the electronic shop? Don't think so. So we'll go back to the main car parts shop and we'll get ourselves radiator C. I think you can get that from here. We want this one. And we want clutch plates and a clutch pressure plate. Very good. We also want... I don't know if I needed to buy the clutch release bearing or not. I took it off and it was very rusty. So I feel like maybe I'll just get one while we're here. It's only a small part. Oh, you're in Vermont. Having your food paid for. Oh, you're a very glamorous person, aren't you? It's all glitz and glamour with you. What's the weather like? Is it cold? Must be. It must be really cold. Now we want the oil filter, the i4 version. We want a fuel filter as well. Lovely. Cam gear i4 SOHC. That one. We want the timing belt i4 SOHC as well. Timing belt. i4 SOHC. Beautiful. A belt tensioner. Well, you looked sad sitting by yourself. Wait, did you know the people that bought your food for you? Or are they strangers? It's cold and there's snow. It must feel like being back in Japan. It's really warm here at the moment. Today's not so bad, but from Friday, we're getting like 33, 36, 41, 41, 39, 38. Something like that. It's going to be awful. I'm going to be cranky next week. I'm just going to warn you now. You've never met someone and they bought food for you. It's true what they say about Vermont. It's a different class of people. Water pump i4. We want that one there. Lovely. Serpentine belt i4 SOHC. i4 SOHC. On there. Serpentine belt A. Watch me forget. There's going to be something that I'm going to forget to put back on this car. I'm telling you now. You asked the server and she didn't want to say? What? So somebody has bought your food for you. You're in a restaurant or a takeout place, whatever. And somebody has bought your meal and you don't know who it is. I mean, that has never happened to me. I have never had that happen. But at least it's your friend. They knew you as well, Muffins. And as if they wouldn't. Imagine not paying for your meal. Like your friend's forgotten their wallet. Like you've got to pay for their meal. What are you going to do? Just eat yours and they've got nothing? It'd be horrible. Okay. So now what we're going to do. We're going to start rebuilding this vehicle. And we might add some stuff while we're on the bottom, actually. So oh, hang on, wait. Now we haven't taken off this relay. We have not done that. So let's just make sure that I know where that is first. Now, let's have a little bit of a poke around and see. You couldn't imagine getting your meal. You're both lining up and then your friend's like, oh God, I forgot my wallet. And you're just like, oh, well, sucks to be you. Anyway, I'll have an extra chips, thanks. Like you wouldn't do it. You'd have to get a new friend. Now, I just saw it. There it is. There it is. We have to take this off. We need to do it from the top. So let's just bring this down real quick. I'm getting a better feel for how to locate stuff that we haven't yet covered. That highlighting thing in the blue is a really big deal. Makes life much easier. That's it. This thing. Relay type B. Relay type B. So, just double check that. It is. Oh no, relay type A. Crap, did I take the wrong relay out? I've run the wrong race. Oh, you lost your whole message? I didn't get to see all of the gossip. There is definitely something going on with messages sometimes with YouTube. I don't know why. Hopefully one day there'll just be one platform that does exactly what creators need. And then I'll just stream on that. That's all I'll stream on. But until then, I have to take the best parts out of several platforms. It seems we need to do things the hard way. Now my inventory. Let's go to inventory. We'll add part A, relay, but the type B is knackered as well. But they didn't ask for that to be changed, so I don't know if I should also change it. Maybe. I wonder, are you saying something the auto mod might be rejecting though? I wonder, does anyone know when you're pulling parts off the car, if you happen upon other parts that are lower than what the customer wants for the parts they've asked to be replaced, do you still replace those as well? So on the list, it wants the relay type A to be replaced, but I've pulled out this one, which is also in terrible condition. So I'm not sure if I should also buy type A and type B, which for this occasion, I'm going to do that, like, so I don't have to go back again. But in future, I don't know what the situation is there. You're not using foul language or any words that it might think is a little bit sus. As long as it's not Kick. I don't know anybody that streams on Kick. I think Kick is, obviously it had a really bad reputation to begin with. But I think they've had to start cleaning up their act in a few areas. I think it was a pretty loosey-goosey place to start with in terms of like POS and I guess what people could get away with, but that's always going to be problematic once you start getting companies and brands involved. Oh, it might be a little bit too big. I mean, I don't have a limit on it, but maybe it just doesn't like it. I didn't mean to do that, by the way. Maybe it doesn't like it. Right, let's put our little clutch parts back in now as well. So only replace what's in the list. Don't worry about anything else. Replace it with your own, even lower parts, and use that one. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Yeah, that's a great point. Because as you've worked on a few cars, you're going to start amassing some inventory of parts that are quite standard, that are a reasonable percentage. So if someone comes in and they have a really high expectation, so anything under 80% comes off, you're going to end up with a good amount of stock you can use for future repairs. Good to know. Oh, it must just be, it's just you then, Jarek. It's still recognizing you as an F-boy. They banned someone because he was streaming reading chat on the phone. Yeah, doing dangerous stuff. And that has been a real issue with Kick. I think they have a bit of a focus on in real life streams, which can be great, but I think the problem that you have with in real life streams now is some of these creators are just forgetting that other people in the world don't want to be involved with your live stream. If you're out and about in public, people have a right to exist in public without being captured on a live stream or like being placed on the internet in any way. And because it's so hard to get people's attention now as a creator, it's hard to stand out because everybody's seen everything. They're doing more and more outlandish things to get views, but those things start to become really, really dangerous, not just to them, but to just other people. And like, we're just losing our minds here. Like, at what point are people going to stop? Like, at what point does it stop? What, like, how far are people going to go just for views on the internet, for God's sakes? Like, it's just ridiculous sometimes. You should wonder, like, how it's all going to end up. Now, have I attached everything that I need to attach from the bottom of the car? Yeah, and you know, that kind of thing. There's some really POS people. There's some really POS content creators. And it's just a shame, though. People support them, though. That's why they get to do what they do. So whilst they're obviously doing something terrible, it's also a reflection of society as well. The fact that they can do that and also grow and people idolize it. That's a, you know, side of a larger problem. You know, and I think like you see like some people just live their whole lives on the internet now as well. So like young people, real young people, like that's what they're seeing as they grow up. And that is kind of frightening. Now, let's put our spark plugs in the back here. I don't even know how... I couldn't even imagine having a kid now. Imagine having a kid now and having... There's only so much you can control. The stuff that they see on the internet so easily. And you're not in control of anything. I just feel like you'd be dealing with really full-on stuff. They're being exposed to stuff that they shouldn't so young. And it would just be really like heartbreaking to see them just like losing their innocence so early. Well, that's exactly right. As long as people want to watch stupid stuff, the demand, that's right. When there's demand, there's going to be supply. That's the thing. Now, I've got the... I think I can rebuild this now that I've put the spark plug there. That's why I just think it's really important when there are really, really good creators. There's some really amazing ones that I follow on TikTok. And they're so, like... They're just better people. They're just really good people. It's really refreshing when the right people reach levels of success where they can influence. And it's the right people. That's satisfying. It just doesn't happen as often as I would like. Now, that looks okay. I think I can put... Does that have to go on first? No, I think I can just get the camshaft secured first. We should be fine. Lovely. I know Australia is trying to enact a social media ban for under 16s. And I get what they're trying to do, but I don't really know how it's going to work in practice. And I think you also run the risk of creating a more, like an underbelly when you start doing things like that. As soon as you try and ban something outright, you know, you can create other problems with it. So I get what they're trying to do, but I just don't really know how it's going to work out. And like, everything on the internet moves so quick now, and governments can't keep up with that. Like, they don't know. They don't know what's going on. By the time they decide what they want to do about something, like, it's been and done, like, 69 years ago. So it's a bit... But like on TikTok, and I used to have TikTok set so that all ages could join, like TikTok Live. But I've changed that now. It's everything I do now is over 18. But TikTok is the only one that allows you to actually put that barrier there, though. So you can have your stuff marked for older audiences on other platforms, but typically they can still join. But TikTok does put that wall there. Yeah, it's just too problematic. And I don't like having to think about it. Like, this is an adult stream. I don't like having to think about kids being in it. That's sort of just because it's not kid content. So yeah. I couldn't think of anything worse than sort of sitting here like streaming like some like Fortnite and there's all like kids joining and stuff. It's like, nah. It's not what I'm here for. That kind of thing. Now I think that's fine. I do need to put the radiator back on the front. I need to put these little relays back in also. I'm still in mount mode, aren't I? Good. So they got an extra relay out of me that I didn't need to buy. But I did it anyway out of the goodness of my heart. Radiator back on. What's that down there? That looks a little bit rusty. Oh, I think that's just the base of the car. That's all right. It's just the base of the car. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened with Kick. At least initially, I think that creators that got banned from other platforms found a home on Kick. But I do think that's going to change. Oh, okay. So the fuel pump, I think, is at the back. We need to do the fuel pump. And those ignition wires, I was wondering about that. I thought that when I put them back on, they looked a little bit bad, like they were in bad condition. Oh, thank God I can take them off from there. Thank God for that. I would have been so annoyed if I'd have to take everything off again. So we'll go to the tablet, my shopping list. We have ignition wires, i4, SOHC. I4, SOHC. We want those ones. That's good. And the fuel pump. I think we need to lift the car and check the back. I think. Yeah, I mean, didn't they sponsor a car in the Formula One or something like that? Like, if you're going to start working with like proper brands, you have to make sure that you have a clean backyard. It's generally how it works. You know what I'm going to do? Let's do that little thing where we mark the part, because I can't remember where that is. Can't remember where the fuel pump is. I think it's at the back. There it is. It is at the back. I was on the money. I was on the money. Sit right there. So we're going to take that out. We need to buy that from the shop as well. Fuel pump. I think it's just a regular one, isn't it? Or is it? Oh, I don't know. There's two different kinds. What am I holding? It's just a regular fuel pump. Very good. So we'll pop that back where it came from. Go into mount mode. My mount mode? Yeah. Click over here. Get the fuel pump in. God, I love this game. It is so satisfying and relaxing at the same time. It's a real underrated game. And I feel like it could deter people that aren't interested in cars normally or know nothing about cars. Obviously, that could deter you, but don't let it. I'm not a car aficionado in any way. Just try it. It is so chill and enjoyable. If you love a simulator game, you will enjoy this. Oh, hello, Julia. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you're having a good morning. Let's put our wires back on as well. I think we're golden. That was a really, really big job, and I think we've nailed it. Look at this. Oh, we have more to do. But that was what was causing the car to not run. So that was a really big job. We had to diagnose and change out so many parts. So now we're going to change the oil, and then we're going to change all of the fluids at the front. That's easy. We've done the hard part now. Now we can just relax and do the fluids, which I quite like. There's something really satisfying about doing this. So we'll drain the oil. Get that back where it was supposed to be. Then we'll bring the car down because all of the fluids can be done from the front now. And we'll do the oil first because we know we need to do that. We've just drained that. So relaxing. I could play this for hours. I really could. I'm gonna shout this from the rooftops. I'd like to see some more ladies playing this game. Honestly, there's so much enjoyment to be had. Now the power steering, let's just check the other ones that we need to do here. Brake, coolant, all of them. Brake, coolant, power steering, window washer. Okay. No problem. Now with this tool, I need to drain it with holding it down. That's right. You get a little syringe. So the oil is the only one where you have to go and get a piece of equipment to get it done. Windscreen washer. It's so funny. I don't think I've ever done this in my own car. I know how to check the oil. Like, I check the oil, but I don't, like, put the fluids in or anything like that. I know, it's a bit like that. I feel like if you saw someone playing it, if you haven't played it for a while, and you saw someone playing it, it's a bit like, it gives you a little bit of an itch that you need to scratch. Did you play all of the story all the way through, or did you just have a bit of a muck around with it and you know, stopped playing it after a time. That tends to happen quite a lot with simulators. Like, oh, I think that there's so many of them as well that it's not that common to actually finish them as such. But I guess some of them aren't really meant to be finished. Some of them are a little bit more sandbox than others, aren't they? Some have more of a story. Now, power steering we have to do as well. There's the coolant. We need to do the brake fluid as well. I don't know if we had to do brake fluid. Yeah, brake fluid and coolant also. Right. Excellent. You haven't played it since 2023. You did all the story. There's another one after this one, isn't there? Did they release a 2023 or a 22 car mechanic sim? I feel like they did a 2023. Right, and then the power... No, coolant. Coolant needs to be done. Now, where is that in this car? Where's our coolant? We've done the window washer. Brake fluid's done. Where the hell's the coolant? Usually it's green. They've put out a new DLC about Jeep. Oh, so this is the newest one. Oh, I see. Wonder if they'll do another. Where is the coolant? What's going on here? I was sure it was at the front last time. Like at the very, very front. I mean, obviously it's always at the front. Can you? Because all of the cars are like different models. Oh, you can't highlight it to see where the coolant canister is for this particular car. Am I just not seeing it? Like, what's happening here? Brake. Batteries there. Power steering. Windshield washer. Coolant. I've never not been able to find the coolant. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Any ideas? Any ideas? I mean, it should be easily visible from the top of the car. Coffee time. Luckily, I've got one. I think it's like when you can't find the coolant, that's the perfect time to have your first sip of coffee, I feel. It's a good rule of thumb. I don't really want to give it back to the customer without... I'll just say, oh, I couldn't find the coolant. Couldn't find it. So everything else is done. I have no idea where the coolant is, so you'll be able to sort that out anyway. You'll be able to do that. That's fine. It's like a bright green fluid, and it's in a little plastic container. Like, it's not a big container. It's similar to the brake servo container. Similar shape and everything. I have no idea. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just give the car back and hope that they don't notice. So they're not going to know, are they? Unless the car starts running really hot. They're not going to know. I think it's going to be fine. I wonder if I could see it from the bottom. Let's just put it before we give up. sometimes you can just find things more easily from the bottom, depending on where they are in that particular car. Windshield, washer, drive shaft, brake, starter. Oil dipstick. Radiator at the front. Air filter cover. Power steering. Oh, I just don't know. That's so bizarre to me. And the brake fluid. Oh, well. I've done my due diligence for today. I mean, all the important parts are done. The important parts are done. Honestly, I think it's going to be absolutely fine. I think we're going to be absolutely fine with all the other stuff that I've done so impressively. Oh, now what if we do... No, you really can't mark it. I don't think it's going to let me finish it without doing that. I think you can't give it back unless you've done everything. So I have to figure out how to change the coolant fluid. It's not what I was expecting to get stuck on, to be perfectly honest. Normally the fluid is just the easy part of it all. You don't even think about it. Power steering pump. I mean, it's not going to be too deep into the engine of the car. There's no way. Is it possible that it could be like some kind of weird glitch? Is that something that happens with this game? Where it's telling you to change something, but then it's not, you know, there? No, wait. Coolant goes in the radiator. Does it? It does. Doesn't it? Oh, this could be Orkies. It does. It does, doesn't it? Because I changed the radiator. I'm getting confused with the fluids. Yep. I'm sure we put coolant in another car earlier today, but we put it in a different container. I swear. Because it was really, really green. And I thought we put it in a plastic container. But in this car, it's going in the radiator. Oh, I hope the customer didn't overhear any of that. I feel like that might really erode my credibility, to be perfectly honest. I did say that I have never actually put fluids in my own vehicle. So that does make sense. That checks out. Okay. Now this is, we've only got one job that we can actually take at the moment. And it looks like it's for something we haven't done before. That car looks like it's in half decent condition for a change. So let's see. I quite like the color. It's kind of like it's like an indigo color. Oh my god, that coffee is amazing. Oh, okay. So there's two things going on here. So they're saying that the general running gear control and repair needs to be looked at, and the car is hard to control, so the sway bars need to be looked at as well. So rear suspension, let's start at the start. We'll mark the problematic parts we need to look at. That's a very good tool, actually. Some things you don't need to mark because you know exactly what they are, but if it's something that you don't do often or you have never done it before, marking the parts makes a big difference, and it can still be hard to find. So we need this rear suspension arm needs to come off. So that's connected to the wheel. So the wheel's going to have to come off first, I think, there. That's what's happening. So if we take this off, and we take the screws out. That just goes in my pocket, which is nice. It's a nice feature of the game. We'll take those out as well. And then we just want to get it so that we can get to this screw, basically. Now that little cap comes out. At least I think this is the way of doing it. Kind of like a what's attached to what situation. Right, and then we've got this one up here, the upper suspension arm is screwed in over there as well. So that comes off. Rubber bushing has come off with it. Now this one is attached to, that's some more rubber bushing that has to come out. So it seems crazy that you should have to take that whole cross section off. We may have taken off more than we need to, like, to be perfectly honest. Hey, it's an adventure. It's all part of the journey, I feel. It's quite enjoyable taking the screws out and all of that, so nothing lost and possibly nothing gained. Now we'll take that off as well. Everything's coming off. Everything must go. Everything about this car must go. And this is attached to this with the screws. Lovely. All right, we've got this part off now. 69 years later, and we need. I think we may have already taken off the rubber bushing that I needed to. We took everything else off, so I don't really see why that would have been any exception. Although there is a rubber bushing at the front, that could be to do with the sway bar. Possibly. Anyway, fine. Now, as for the other part of the car that needs to be sorted out, these sway bars over here at the front are making the car sway all over the road. Makes sense. Aptly named. Now, this is attached to. I wonder if we're gonna have to take that wheel off again. It's basically my answer to everything. Oh, the wheels are coming off. I need my oil changed. Wheels are coming off. Just seems like it's all going to be attached to that, doesn't it? Or, yeah, I think so. It makes sense because it's controlling the steering. Right. Now, can I take that off at this early stage? Yes, I can. If we take those screws out, we can get that sway bar. We need to do the one on the other side as well. So, are we certain that I needed to take the wheel off? Are we sure about that? I think so. I think we did actually need to take the wheel off because of the way that it is all constructed there. Lovely. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Back away. Now, I probably don't need to take yet, so don't touch anything else. Just grab the sway bar. Those little screws that we can access in here. Very good. So now, if we look at our little parts list over here, no, our inventory actually, the things that we've taken off, we want... Now, are those sway bars the same? Are they labeled the same way? Yeah, they're both an end link A. So we need 2 of those on our shopping list. We also need a rear suspension arm and some rubber bushing as well. Do I have a spare rubber bushing I could use? I probably don't. I might just buy another one as well. And then we'll get those on our little tablets. So the ignition wires are from an old job. We don't need that. So 2 sway bars. Front end link A. We want 2 of them. And we want rear suspension arm A as well. Rear suspension arm A. 1 of those. And just a plain old rubber bushing. I hate these. It's so easy to forget where you took them from and where you need to put them back to. Those little parts, they're so annoying. So now we'll go into part mount mode and we're going to put our new little sway bars on. Look at us go. It's been a remarkably smooth process today. It's all gone really, really well. Apart from me forgetting about where the coolant goes. It's been going very well. All right, lovely. So let's do the other side as well. Get this one popped straight. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hang on. Am I in part mount mode? I'm not. Away. Lovely. I didn't mean to take the brake caliper cylinder off. When did that happen? I don't even remember doing that. Anyway. Excellent. That's the front of the car done. Check our list and make sure it's happy. It is happy. Then we need to do the rear suspension arm and put that rubber bushing back. And let's hope that we find all of the areas where I took them from, or it's going to be a nightmare. I think I maybe took more parts off the back of the car than I needed to get the suspension arm off. I don't know. We're in this now anyway. There's no going back now. All the parts are on the floor. Now, on this other side, we wanted to put that back as well. I like the little noises it makes. It's a little bit of an ASMR game in some ways, if you enjoy the sound of vehicle parts, I suppose. I don't know. Quite relaxing. Rear spring, and there's a little cap that goes on there as well. Part of the mechanic experience. Which part's that? The ASMR? Have you ever met an ASMR mechanic, Muffins? I'd be interested to hear about this ASMR mechanic you speak of. Of course I'll charge them extra. My God. I'm a mechanic. It's not my first rodeo. Sway bar on the back as well. Lovely. Now, is everything... Oh, I'll put the wheel back on once we know we've put the rest of it together, and I think I have. So then the wheel can go back, and all of its associated bits. Look at that. Just look at it. It's all coming together. Oh, that was a fun little noise. What was all that for? Have I unlocked something new? I liked that. Right, so the wheel is back on. We'll check our jobs list. Of course I've missed a rubber bushing. It's just the story of my life. It's the rear suspension arm. There's a rubber bushing missing. F-boy. Okay, let's have a little look. Where have I missed it from? Where has it not been put? Hate this. I didn't even take this off. Do you reckon they've just had one missing? I didn't even take that one off. Hang on. That's the front of the car, though. I would never have taken that off from there. Unless I did. Maybe I had to take one off when I took the sway bar off. Maybe I did. Okay. Or maybe this one needs to be replaced. Anyway, let's figure it out. Maybe we could take that off. There's two of them there. Look. Two small rubber bushings are right there. So that's the rear of the car. So we know we did that. So it's upset about this one. So maybe we were supposed to take it out. And I didn't. Because it looks a little bit like it's damaged, actually, doesn't it? But why can't I take it out without taking all this other stuff out? Why would you do this? That's extremely irritating. Do you realize this? I think maybe I needed to buy another rubber bushing, perhaps. Have I got any in my inventory already? Yeah, I've got one. I've got one. It's absolutely fine. So, if we go back to the front of the car then. I wonder if it selected an old rubber bushing from the inventory rather than one of the new ones that I bought. Maybe that's why that's That looks better. We should be okay now, I think. Yeah, that's done. So it must have just added an old one. So let's actually, I'm going to go through that and I'll just get rid of some stuff that's past it. And there's a way of doing that. You can sell parts that have a condition underneath a certain amount. So what if I do, I reckon anything under 25%, we'll just sell it. Because I'm not going to reuse those parts on someone else's car. That gets them all out of the way. What are these cases that I've got? Oh! I didn't know I had these. Pick 2 cards. Bonus XP. Bonus credits. That must have been what the noise was. I've earned some crates. Oh, I like this. Bonus, what's that? Is that a skill point? Bonus credits. So that's what we use to buy money with. Buy stuff with. I'm overwhelmed. Bonus credits. Bonus case. I've got another case to open as well. Ooh, I really like this. I don't know what that means. That could be to do with the skill points though, possibly. I'm not sure. And some credits. Wow. Ooh. Let's have a look at our little skill tree and see if I can upgrade myself. I've got 1 skill point I can spend. So I can either spend it on a base thing or I can wait until I get another one and go for one of these. So we can go speed up examination, a discount on parts, increased ability to fix parts, move faster. What if we go for this one? Ability to fix parts from group 1. So that we're a little bit more handy. And I've got $7,896. Do I want to buy anything? I don't think it's worth buying any more tools yet until we progress in the story. So that's okay. And we need to expand before we can add new things as well. Because you can add a car wash apparently, which I didn't know. I didn't know you could do that. All right, so this car should be done and good to go. It's gone so swimmingly. So now we have 2. We have a story one and we have a casual one. So the casual one is filters and timing related parts. The story, I saw you've got quite good reviews. I thought you'll surely handle my problem. The problem is still there. It boils down to a constant banging. It's unbearable. The gearbox isn't working properly. Changing gears are a nightmare. Please check and try to fix any problems. I'm counting on your honesty. It's the last chance for my car. Okay, let's take on this story order. They do sound a little bit at the end of their... Ooh. A bit of a sporty car. It's probably the best looking car we have had so far. The car wash will be satisfying to unlock because all of the cars are filthy when you get them. So what's happening with it then? Oh, look. We don't even know what's wrong with it yet. So we need to do our examination and then we're going to discover all of the parts that need to be replaced. And then we're going to change the oil. That's the easy part. So let's start at the top then. We'll do examination mode from the top. And we'll see. It's all looking fine though. So maybe we'll put the hood down and we'll put it up on the lift. See what's going on. Now, examination mode is not doing a damn thing. And I wonder if that's because I need to actually go through and look at it myself because I don't already know. Should we save actually? I don't already know what's wrong with it. So let's just click in and see what's happening then. You can normally see if the parts are done because they'll have a rusty look to them. So like that rubber bushing, the sway bar as well. We also need to check and see what condition they'll accept as the minimum condition if we're going to replace any parts. So anything that's under... Hello, Siopan. Welcome in. What's going on? Anything under 72%, we're going to take off the car. So what if we work from back to front then? I can see straight away that there's some stuff that's not looking very good there. So let's see what we can discover. And hopefully we can not get into a complete mess. The brakes and everything seem fine. They all look pretty new, actually. 69% condition. Can't complain. Getting help with MH. Getting help with MH. What's MH? I'm good. Just having a nice little chill morning stream this morning. Playing a game that I enjoy more than I ever would have thought I would. Oh, mental health. Sorry. I didn't get the shortcut there. Oh, well, I hope that you can have the day that you need for you today. Whatever that needs to be for you. I hope it works out to be a good day. But this is a very surprising. I tried this almost as a bit of a laugh a few years ago, the 2018 one, and I actually really loved it. So now I'm playing the 2021, and I think a lot of people would be deterred by this game because it feels like you need to know heaps about cars, but you really don't. And once you get past some of the tutorial stuff, it's very, very enjoyable and relaxing. You feel like you've really done something. So that whole sway bar looks like it's really rusty. We're going to take that off as well. In the best place. Oh, that's good. That's good. You do. It's so important, isn't it? You really do have to check in with yourself often. It's important. Always the priority. Your own physical and mental health. I wish society was a little bit more on that wavelength. I think we live in a society that doesn't really value our well-being as a whole, which makes things very difficult. We'll take that screw out as well. Right. So I'm taking this off so that I can get to this very rusty-looking part. So in some cases, it feels like you have to take quite a lot off to get to one part. All right, so we know that's one of the parts because it's looking in very poor condition. So let's check in on my little status list here. So that is right. The rear sway bar is the first thing we've discovered. 100% needs to be replaced. Very good. Now, the rest of the, like the tires and everything, what were they like when I took them off? Let's have a little look at my inventory. I think that was fine because it didn't add to the list either. So I think the tires and everything are okay. That part's all right. I think the rest of the problem is at the front of the car. As we know, there's a lot of stuff jammed in here. Look at all this. Everything's rusted. It's a mess. We'll take the wheel off. Got some lovely little sport tires on. A bit fancy. Right, so this is very much a don't get overwhelmed by the process situation. We'll take some things off one at a time. Then we'll make a little shopping list of what we need. And then we'll go through and pop it all back on the car one at a time. And it's going to be absolutely golden. Like a brand new car. Like literally. I think I'm going to be taking this whole thing to bits. So that sway bar is attached to here. So we have to take this off as well. Look at it in inspection mode. Oh, okay. Let me have a little try. So far, I think we've done an okay job. But let's just check that out. I definitely need that sway bar to come off as well. Inspection mode. But I was in examination mode. I already did that, but it wasn't doing anything. Like you have to hold down on every part to inspect it. That's worse than doing it the way I'm doing it, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like it's not showing you from the get-go. You literally have to click on like every single part. I'm not sure. I don't know what's worse. Doing it that way. Anyway, let's keep going with the way I'm doing it, and then if I feel like I've got stuff left over, we'll use the inspection for what's remaining. I think that's a good plan. And I think this wheel can come off as well. Normally, when you go into examination mode, stuff is already highlighted, but that's when you already know what you're placing. So that's the first time I've gone into it and everything has just looked like a clean slate, basically. Good. Now, there's a couple of rusty things as well. Check different areas. Oh, if you hold down the key. Right. Well, we know that if we are in a jam, we can check out the rest of the car doing that. Good. Now that little screw looks like it's oh no, you don't have to buy screws though. You don't buy screws. So that's probably fine. I feel like. Probably don't need to worry about that. You just have to loosen them when you're taking stuff off. The front drive shaft is attached to here. That also looks like it's got a rusty part inside as well. Just underneath this thing. Now, we need to take off... Ah, there we go. This thing. The wheel hub bearing looks really corroded. Take that out. Take that off. Should be looking pretty good. I would have a few parts on my replacement list now. Also, we have that looks a bit that starter could be stuffed. We have to look at that from the top of the car. So how are we going? Not too bad. We've got a few things here. Let's look at it from the top and see what needs to be replaced in the hood area. I hope the customer doesn't come early because it looks like a shell of a car at this point. Now, how about we try inspection mode for this, because there's like an engine with lots of little parts in it. I can definitely see why doing this way is beneficial, because you have to take so much of the engine off to get to any parts. So that's very, very useful. So that's inspected all 17 parts inside the engine. And check this as well. Then we'll check our list and see how we're looking. Now, what else is going on back here? The ABS module. Okay, let's check my little list. So we have some wheel hub bearings, cam gear, clutch plates. There's still some parts we need to discover. And what would they be? What if I was to look at the suspension here on the side? Doesn't look too bad. We'll go around and do that on each side, I think. Might be a good way to go there. I've taken most of the parts off, though, from this one. Okay. Check the back as well. It's quite a satisfying little process. I feel very competent. I know exactly what's going on. You can use engine and fuel gauge test. I think I need to buy that tool, don't I? I was looking at some tools earlier. I think there's some extra diagnostic tools I could buy with my credits. But I didn't want to get them too soon because I was still learning the basics, I suppose. Very good. So that's that. And then we've got the fuel tank and the exhaust as well. They said there was a banging noise. But it's not the exhaust. Right. Now, we also have... It seems to me like we're not finding all of the parts still. You need to buy them? I think so. I think you do. I was having a look to see what my options were. There's still a lot of parts not discovered, though. That's interesting. Let's get it back up on the lifter again. Let me see. Let's go have a look at that real quick. So here we go. So I bought a tablet. The tablet is new. There's onboard diagnostics. But it says that I don't need an expansion. So maybe we should try this. I've got enough money to get it. We'll get that. And there's a fuel pressure meter as well. That's 300. An electronic multimeter as well. They're not as expensive as you would think, actually. Compression tester. Oh, look at us go. And a tire tread gauge. Wow. Okay. So I haven't used any of those little testing tools before. How does that work? What if we want to additional parts? Oh, you can disassemble the interior. That's new. So if I go to examination mode then, I wonder how all those tools come into play that I've just bought. I wonder how that works. So what was the point of buying them all? Inventory, tablet, options, shopping list. I don't know about that. I mean, it's given me this. This is a new option. The interior and additional parts is a new option that I didn't have before. Just feels like I'm supposed to be discovering some stuff that I can't even sort of see here. Even though I'm in inspection mode. So what I'm thinking then, if it won't let me look at these in inspection mode, what I could do, I could take, for anything that I can't inspect, like I've done the engine, the radiator probably just needs its fluid checking. Although there's a fan housing there as well. Additional tools? Additional tools. Where was that? Here it is. I found it. I found it. Okay, here's all my new tools that I bought. Gotcha. So previously, all we had was the drain tool, but now I've got all this other stuff as well. So, this one will scan all of the electronic connections. Oh, we have never done this before. Oh, that's very cool. That's why inspection mode wasn't picking it all up, maybe? Look at this. So we've got some of the things that are inside the engine we know about now. So are they going to appear? Oh, there we go. We've got some new items on there now. Fantastic. So if I go additional tools, we can also test the general engine condition as well. Doesn't sound good, does it? Oh, that really didn't sound very healthy at all. I like this. This is a great development. We have our electronic multimeter. I feel like I'm playing Phasmophobia now. EMF's going off. Checking for prints now. Checking for fingerprints. Like it's like a little spirit box. Yeah, that's very cool. I didn't realize that. I had never played enough of 2018 to unlock different tools. This is like, I'm very excited by this. So we have the tire tread tester. There's a fuel pressure test as well. So this should definitely uncover what we hadn't found. Look at this. Oh, there's still more. There's still heaps of stuff. I wonder if we should also... thanks for the follow. I wonder if we should also test the tires. So if we go to additional tools, what if I want to test the tire tread? That's okay. Wait, I took the wheels off. Yeah, you got me there. I took the wheels off. I'm just making sure it's paying attention. That's all right. Right. So we've used all of our electronic stuff. So how is it that we could still have... I know why. Because what we should be doing is probably putting the tires back on, or at least... Did we? Should I put the tires back on to do the tire tread test, or is that not that important? I just feel like we should have more items coming up. Like, why is there so much undiscovered still after we've run all of those tests? I'm thinking maybe I should start... Maybe we should start replacing some parts at the back of the car and moving towards the front. And then as we go, we might find some more broken bits. I reckon. But saying that, so like the fuel tank, there's a part in the fuel tank that we can't use examine mode for. You can only use certain tools for it, right? But you have to be clicked into the car to do that. So if I use the scanner, does that scan the whole car, or is that just based on the area of the car that I'm looking at? I don't know that answer either. Hello, NASCAR. Welcome in. I don't really play Fortnite, to be honest. Now, did that uncover new parts for me? No. So it doesn't matter what part of the car you are doing that in. All right. Well, maybe we just haven't unlocked enough of the diagnostic tools to be able to do this the easy way. I think that's possible. Like, I wonder if I could buy more things. Yeah, this is a really good game. This is a simulator style game, which I have really, really enjoyed. So we can get a welder and a battery charger and a window tint toolkit. So we like no more diagnostic tools. If I expand the garage, I can add some new things, but that's quite expensive unless I add a car wash. I could get a car wash, which is kind of tempting. So now I have an ability to wash the cars as well. Put it together and test drive it, and you get hidden things as well. Right. So let's do what we can then. Let's replace what we know. That's a great place to start, I think. So we'll go all the stuff we've taken off that's looking really ordinary. These ones. And then we'll double check what they've actually asked us to change as well. So if I look at the car status, it's kind of... I wish I could add to the shopping list from this. That would make it more easy. So we want a cam gear A and a camshaft as well. I4B. Now, do we need to get those from electronics? I feel like yes. No, the cam gears. Where do you get the cam gears from? Gearboxes. No? No? Tune up? I feel like we've been through this before. Yeah, there could be just like little bits that need to be replaced. Hi, Declan. What's going on? How you going today? Welcome in. I thought you got cam gears just from the main... You do. I typed it wrong. Okay. I typed it wrong. And I am not going to remember the exact version. So we're going to have to add stuff through my shopping list. There's no getting around it. Cam gear A, 14B, camshaft I4B. I can't add it to my shopping list unless I've taken it off and it's in my inventory, which I wouldn't have done for a lot of this. Because it's still attached to the car. It's 11:30 p.m. Oh, how was your day? Was it a good day? Yesterday was such an irritating day for me. I did not love yesterday. So a cam gear and a camshaft, I4B. Can we remember this? cam gear, a cam shaft, I4B, camshaft I4B. Maybe I should take them off the car first. I feel like maybe I should, because I'm just going to make this too hard for myself, aren't I? Yeah. I think so. So let's go through and actually take some parts off that we can see are stuffed. I hope they don't need the car back anytime soon. I feel like we haven't done this in the most efficient way that we could have. I'm going to be perfectly honest. So we might actually bring it down and pull some stuff out from the top. We might have bitten off more than we can chew here. Add them in your list by pressing space. Oh, can you? Oh, can you? So instead of right-clicking, you can press space. If you press space, it marks it, though. Which I know, like, you can mark it so that you can see it on the car, but it doesn't add it to your shopping list, though. Normally, you right-click to add to shopping list, but you do that from your inventory, not from this. So because I've done a diagnosis and I haven't taken the parts off yet, I can't add them to my shopping list. So it's like I also have to take the parts off as well, which is kind of annoying. I would have rathered it if I could add it to my shopping list straight from what I know I've discovered. That would have made life a little bit easier. So that you don't have all these parts like knocking around everywhere. Now, if we want to take this off, I feel like we're going to have to do it from the bottom up here. This could get messy. I'm not going to lie. You had maths all day at college. I had maths all day for work yesterday. My shop in supermarket sim is going quite well, actually. I might do a supermarket sim stream next week. They've got some updates now. So there's some new things to play around with, and they've made it way easier to upgrade your shop and order stuff and all of that. So it's just some quality of life stuff that they really needed to do. They've done. I'm a bit overwhelmed by Sims at the moment, though. I feel like there's too many that I want to play at the same time. Yeah, I saw that. I have only played a little bit of Red Dead Redemption NASCAR, just a little bit. I liked it, but it's just such a big game that I just ran out of time to continue the story, and I've never gone back to it. I did see that they added shoplifting to Supermarket Sim. Yeah, it's not glitchy anymore, which is great, because I think what they did there, they added the restockers. They really, really needed the restockers, which they brought in. But that led to a lot of glitches. So you had customers and restockers getting stuck in front of shelves and stuff like that. But that's all fixed. And I actually didn't run into any glitches at all when I played it last time. So I was quite impressed by that. That was good. Oh, what if they added to TCG? Because that's another one I was thinking of maybe doing next week. I nearly did it today, actually. I was very close to playing TCG Card Shop Sim today. I love that game. I could even maybe do it tomorrow. I haven't decided what I'm doing tomorrow yet. Could do Supermarket Sim. Could do TCG. Lots of options. I guess it's also like there's me enjoying it, but you also try and find the ones that people are enjoying watching at the moment as well. That's the other part of it. What I do... Well, Declan, don't judge me for this. But I have never played a Pokemon game. It's my not-so-secret shame. So I've never played one. I don't own one. I don't know anything about the games. I've seen the show. I'm one of the few people. I know everyone judges me, I feel. How very dare. Hello, Artie. What's going on? How are you this evening? No. Yes. Evening. Welcome to my workshop. I know, but I don't have it, and I would be going out on a limb. I'm trying to play the games that I currently own because I have a big backlog as it is. Nothing new? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I've had a much better morning today, though. Yesterday was an irritating day. I had an annoying start to the day. The day continued on in that way. Today, I don't know, I just feel better today. I feel like I'm in a better frame of mind today as well, which helps. You know how sometimes you just, like, it's like you get up out of the wrong side of the bed for some reason? And I think that when it's like that, you sort of see things in a more negative light all day. That's kind of what I felt like yesterday. Today's been a fair bit better. I don't know. I think I was tired yesterday. Everything just felt too hard. I just couldn't be bothered. But add to that though, I felt like as soon as I started work as well, I felt like everybody was in a really snarky mood yesterday, and it was frustrating me that all of their snark was like spilling over into my day. Like, can you just not be a complete ass, please? I haven't done anything. Leave me alone. The weather's quite well, actually. Yesterday it was horrible, like really, really windy. It was really, really windy to the point where you couldn't really do anything outside. It's really pleasant at the moment, but then from Friday we are getting a horrific heat wave. It's going to be like 36, 38, 40, 41, 41, 39, 38 days of it. Like days of it. And it's like, when it's that hot, it may as well be freezing cold because you basically hibernate inside. So I'll be doing a lot of gaming, I think, next week. I have not done Minecraft. I do like Minecraft. But I worry about the audience that I'm gonna get, especially on YouTube for Minecraft, because it's just, you know, it's such a big, well-known game, and you know, kids love it. I don't want like kids coming in, and you know what I mean. Yeah, do have a good air conditioner, yeah. But when it's that hot, it really pushes the limit, though. Oh, yeah, of course you are. Of course you are, Artie. Of course you are. Yeah, I was wondering, actually, Muffins, if has Balatro basically taken you away from TCG Card Shop Sim? Because I feel like it has for me. I love Balatro, and I've been doing quite a lot of it lately. But I gave everybody a little Balatro break today. I did it yesterday. Everyone's had a little break. So I've taken off quite a lot of faulty parts there. So now that they're in my inventory, we can start doing some shopping. So that was my intention of doing this. So I know I need one of those. Let's just look for things. What was the minimum quality it had to be? Oh, 72%. So anything under 72% needs to be replaced, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm worried about. Muffins, like, I can't be bothered. I don't do kid streams. My streams are adult streams. So the thought of having, like, a bunch of kids being like, oh, I want to join Minecraft, and no. No. No, thanks. We're going to get these as well. That's what they sound like as well, in case you're wondering. Oh, Path of Exile. I have not got any experience with that game, but everybody seems really quite excited for that. I mean, it looks good, though. No worries. Bye, Declan. Thanks for stopping in. Have a wonderful sleep, and hopefully we catch you later in the week for some more sim games. Right. So, shall we start buying some parts? This feels very disorganized. I don't really like how this is coming together, if I'm perfectly honest here. So, camshaft. I4B. If I buy something twice, it's fine, because I'll just keep it in my stock. Thank you, Declan. Camshaft I4B. What the hell are the I4B ones? I4B. Should I just type that in? Wow. No, it's not having a bar of it, is it? Well, what like this. Camshaft I4B. There it is. One of those. Finally. Then we want cam gear A I4B as well. That one here. Lovely. We want a 2 spark plugs, which is going to come from... no, I haven't played that yet, by the way. I've got... you mean Storage Hunter Simulator? Somebody gifted me that, and I was very, very excited for it, and I've just been waiting. Somebody told me it was quite buggy, so I thought, oh, I might just wait a little while before I try and stream it. So I haven't done it yet. But maybe I will anyway, just for the content. It could be a good time. Sometimes a really buggy game makes for a good time. I considered doing that. This is what I mean. There's too many games, isn't there? Too many games. You get overwhelmed. You don't know what to play. Press enter from the shopping list to search for the exact parts. Oh my. So you can. So you can. Look at that. That's fantastic. I just need to make sure I'm in the right place. Oh, that's brilliant. That's a great little quality of life tip there. Love that. So we have a front drive shaft to get as well. So we'll just hit enter. Oh my god. That is life-changing. That is life-changing. Love it. Have one of those, and we'll have one of those. Didn't even have to type. Didn't even have to type. I love that for me. So we've bought some new parts there. Very good. So we can start replacing those in the front. And as we go, if we notice other things that look broken, we can take note of them as well. But it's difficult because we're not finding all of the parts that actually need repair in the first place. It's making it quite hard. But I'll probably have to leave it there now anyway. So I'll save it there. And next time we play, I'll just pick it up from here and we'll get all the parts in and figure out what else needs to happen. This car will be ready sometime next week, which I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine with that, honestly. But get your expectations in order. So thanks for joining, everybody, over on YouTube and TikTok as well. Make sure you're following me on either YouTube or TikTok so that you're notified when I go live. I'll be back here again, same time tomorrow. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might do Supermarket Sim. I might do Storage Hunter Sim. I might surprise you with something else entirely. Stay posted. Discord link is in my link tree. And I think I don't know if it'll work if I put it in the YouTube chat. But I've got a link tree over on my TikTok profile. Or you can go to mizagame.com.au, which will take you straight there. How good is that? Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you so much, Muffins, for the YouTube sub and the gift subs as well. And I'm so sorry that I missed your chat at the beginning of the stream over on YouTube. We had some technical difficulties, but we got there in the end. And thanks to everyone over on TikTok as well. Thank you, Artie, and everyone else that's there. Have a great rest of your day or night. And I'll see you tomorrow. It's bye for now.